Oh, right. We're going to start with the surface area of cylinders and prisms. Now, cylinders and prisms are grouped together because they're both essentially a box with a top and a bottom and sides. Okay, we got a prism is a polyhedron, and we talked about how a polyhedron is just a three-dimensional shape created by polygons with two congruent parallel faces called bases. So like the pentagons are the bases, the hexagons are the bases. Here this rectangle is the base, and the triangle prism they always show you sideways. The triangles are the base. The non-base sides are called lateral faces. In a prism, the lateral faces are always rectangles or squares. So there's two parts to finding the surface area. You need to find the lateral area, which is the vertical area, the up and down, the rectangles, and then you need to find the surface area. So the formula they give you for lateral area is perimeter times height. What you're doing when you find lateral areas, you're finding the area of each one of these rectangles and multiplying it by the height. Now, if you remember, the area of a rectangle is base times height. Well, if you have another one right next to it, this one over here, let me put some numbers here. So let's say this one had a base of 3 and this one had a base of 4. Then there's another one next to it. That one has a base of 3. And then there's another one. This is a hexagon. There's 6 of them. So let's say it looks like that when you unfold it. Well, they all have the same height. So the area of this one is, let's say the height was 2. The area of this one's 6, this one's 8, this one's 6, this one's 8, this one's 6, this one's 8. So I would add those all up. Let's see. 6 times 3 is 18, and 8 times 3 is 24. You add those all up and you get 42. So that would be me finding the area of the rectangles individually. Now if I just did the perimeter like they said, that's 4, 4, 4, and 3, 3, 3. So that's 12 plus 9. All the bases added together, the perimeter of the bases is 21. Well, 21 times 2 is 42. So whether you choose to find the 6 rectangles that are the lateral area individually, or use the formula and you take the perimeter of the hexagon and multiply by the height, you'll get the same lateral area. And then the surface area, you actually are going to add the base and the height. So you'll add the area of the hexagons to the lateral area, that is 42 in that example. So we're going to do this one. So first we're going to find the lateral area. So what I'm doing is I'm finding the 4 vertical rectangles. So you could find each one. They all have a height of 20. So I have a 6 by 20. I have a 7 by 20. I have another 6 by 20 in the back. And I have another 7 by 20 on the side. So you can find the area of each of those and add them up. Or you can do the perimeter, so it's 6 plus 7 plus 6 plus 7. Is that 12 plus 14? So the perimeter is 26. And I'm going to times that by the height of 20. It's just the 4 rectangles unfolded. This one was 6, that one was 7, this one was 6, that one was 7, and it had a height of 20. So my lateral area is going to equal 520 square meters. Then I need to find the area of the 2 bases. Each one of those was a 6 by 7 rectangle, plus the area of the base. So that was 42 each, times 2, so that I've got 520 for my lateral, plus 2 42s, top and bottom. So 520 plus 42 plus 42 equals a surface area of 604 meters squared. Now, you can always think about it in the nets. We just took some time and broke these into nets earlier. The surface area is just the area of the net, because that's the unfolding of the box. So you just find the area of each of those shapes. Okay, now cylinders are just like prisms, except the bases are circles. We're still going to do the lateral area, which if you unfold a prism, that lateral area is just a rectangle. And then we're going to add the two circles. So that's our net. We're going to find the area of all three pieces. Same as before, lateral area is perimeter times height. So perimeter in a circle is called circumference. You remember the formula for circumference is 2 pi r. And then our surface area is still going to be the same as it was before, lateral area plus the two bases. Except this time the area of the base is pi r squared. The 2 there, right here, the 2 is because there's 2 of them, not because the formula for a circle changed. Okay, find the surface area. So I'm going to start, actually I'm going to draw a net. So let's start with the lateral area. That's the area of the rectangle. We know the height is 8, and then we need to find that length, which is the same as the circumference of that circle. Okay, circumference is pi times d, or pi times 2 radiuses. Our radius is 2, so our diameter is 4, so it's pi times 4. So the bottom of our rectangle is 4 pi. And the side of our rectangle is 8. So the area of our rectangle is 32 pi. 8 times 4 pi. Okay. And then we need to find the area of each of the circles. Okay. Actually, I'll do this circle up here. Area here is pi r squared, and our r is 2. Oh, these numbers are the same. I didn't like that. So the area of our circle is also 4 pi. Total coincidence. That only happens if the radius is 2. So each of these is 4 pi, and I realized I skipped a step. Lateral area was 32 pi. Area of the base is 4 pi. So we're going to add that together, making sure we do 2 bases. So we got 32 pi plus 4 pi plus 4 pi. So that is 40 pi's. The surface area of our cylinder is 40 pi centimeters squared. Okay, so that is the main process for surface area every time. It helps me to visualize the net and then find the area of all the pieces. Sometimes the base, usually the base is the hardest thing. Here we had a base that was a square. That's super easy. But if we were finding this one, that has a base of a hexagon. So we got to go back to that area equals 1/2 times perimeter times apothem kind of thing. All right, so the lateral area is often easier. It's just the area of rectangles added together. And then the area of the bases might be the difficult part. This information gets you the next 2 pages of that AV3 assignment. So we're going to spend time working on that in class, because this only took us about 10 minutes. All right, so get out page 3 of that AV3 assignment, and I will see you, I don't want to do that. I will see you in the meet.